National Police Service. Kanja's statements were echoed by DCI Director Amin Mohamed, who also maintained the same position. Majibu Kisao for K24 TV, Nairobi.
The Cabinet Secretary for Health and the National Assembly have secured a temporary reprieve from the Court of Appeal, which has suspended a High Court ruling that invalidated 3 critical laws. Now, in a decision delivered by Justices Francis Tuyot, Ali Aroni and Lydia Achode, the court has allowed the government to continue implementing the Digital Health Act, Primary Healthcare Act and Social Health Insurance Act until the appeal is heard and determined. The court emphasized the importance of maintaining stability in the health sector and directed that the case be prioritized for an urgent hearing. The High Court ruling had originally resulted from a petition citing insufficient public participation in the enactment of these laws. Now, on Friday, the High Court in Nairobi reversed its earlier decision to sentence Deputy Inspector General of Police Gilbert Masengeli to 6 months in prison. While delivering the ruling, Justice Lawrence Mugambi acknowledged Masengeli's apology, which was tendered during the hearing. Masengeli had been sentenced to 6 months after being found guilty of contempt of court for failing to honor summons requiring him to prove information about the now christened Kitengela 3. As Brian Amwai reports, Justice Mugambi not only issued the ruling but also recused himself from the case, citing personal reasons.
After a long standoff and a show of defiance, Deputy Inspector General of Police Gilbert Masengeli finally conceded and appeared before the courts. The man, who had ignored not 1, not 2, but 7 court summonses, found himself pleading for leniency before Justice Lawrence Mugambi. With a Bible in hand, Masengeli took to the stand, determined to defend himself and clear his name from the growing list of government officials accused of disregarding the rule of law. Masengeli, who serves as a law enforcer, was questioned about his repeated absence from court and why he only appeared after his sentencing was imminent.
I would like to apologize to the Lordship and the judiciary for the events that have transpired, leading to the orders of this court. My Lord, I respect you.
After delivering a spirited defense, Masengeli waited anxiously for the ruling. Justice Mugambi, in a surprising turn, set aside the sentence.
It is not the intention of this court to punish a genuinely repentant man who has acknowledged his mistakes and offered an apology. His conduct today has restored the dignity of the court and the due administration of justice by attending court and explaining the difficulties that caused him not to comply and offering an apology for any of errors of judgment he might have made.
Mugambi stated that he was satisfied Masengeli had been remorseful and that the court's dignity had been restored.
Or in the mind of the contemner, Mr. Masengeli, the obligation to respect and uphold the rule of law and the due administration of justice. The supremacy of the law has equally been vindicated. To this end, I must arrive to the determination that Mr. Masengeli Through this purging process, has purged his guilt.
However, the judge recused himself from the case, citing personal reasons, in an effort to dispel concerns that the judiciary had been intimidated. His decision came after his security detail was withdrawn following his earlier ruling on Masengeli's sentence.
I am making my decision to recuse myself from the further proceedings of this case for personal reasons. I will thus be directing that this file be placed before the presiding judge for allocation to another judge.
Justice Mugambi also confirmed that the 3 individuals whose disappearance had sparked the case
responsibility.
Brian Amuai, K24.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has warned MPs plotting to impeach him not to try him, saying their efforts will not succeed. Gachagua, who was speaking while at Wakulima Market, says he will not be politically intimidated for standing with Kenyans, this coming at a time when at least 50 MPs from Mount Kenya region have expressed their support for Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki as their spokesman. Now David Kagina has more on that story.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has hit out at individuals whom he said were threatening to plan his removal from office. Addressing traders at Wakulima Market in Nairobi on Friday, Gachagua stated that he would not be intimidated by threats of impeachment. Seemingly gloves off, Gachagua affirmed that he was elected by Kenyans and only they have the power to remove him from office when the time comes.
Mimi nataka kuambia wale wanapanga hiyo upuzi wasiharibu hii Kenya. Hii Kenya imekuwa na matatizo mengi. Wakijaribu hiyo maneno wa Kenya hawezi kubali. Hao watu wanapanga hii maneno, tafadhali msitujaribu. Wale watu wanatukana Rigathi Gachagua, si Rigathi Gachagua anatukana, ni wale wananchi walimpigia kura.
Addressing allegations of a plot to impeach him, Gachagua further claimed that certain individuals were bribing lawmakers to push for his impeachment.
Hii Kenya ni yetu. Na hiyo siasa inaletwa Kenya itaharibu Kenya. Wananchi wapewe nafasi, walichaguana. Na miaka 5 ikisha watarudi kwa debe. Wakati hii ni wakati ya kufanya kazi. Sio wakati ya kupanga siasa kwa mahoteli. Wewe ukitaka kupiga Rigathi Gachagua, hapana, enda kwa hoteli, kuja hapa Marigiti waambie hii watu unataka mimi ninunue uoga? Sisi tunaendelea kuongea ukweli. Unajua watu wengi hawataki ukweli. Wanataka tuongee mambo ya uongo. Na mimi hiyo maneno ya uongo nimekataa.
His remarks come after reports emerged that a section of MPs were planning to table an impeachment motion against him in Parliament, with over 48 MPs from Mount Kenya region endorsing Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki to be their kingpin.
Wambunge kadhaa wa Kiambu walikutana mahali tuko na kura 1.2 million, wakasema ati wataka kiongozi sijui ametoka county iko na 100,000 votes. Yes, hesabu gani wanafanya hata wao?
Tunamuuliza rais wa jamhuri, ukute kwa wananchi mchana, ambia wa Kenya makosa ya Gachagua ni gani? Kwa sababu sisi tumeshangaa wewe unaruhusu Gachagua, unampatia vijana wako akina Kimani Ichung'wah wamutapikie ukiwako mwenyewe na huwezi kuwakanya.
Sisi tunataka kuongea na Mheshimiwa Rais President Ruto. Tumkumbushe mlikuwa na agreement na DP wetu Rigiji. Na kwa sababu mlikuwa na agreement, sisi tunasema you must honor that agreement.
Na kama William Ruto hakuwa ametosheka na Rigathi wakati alimpatia nafasi ya running mate, saa hii ndio amefikiria kutubadilishia katikati ya barabara, asahau hiyo barabara.
The deputy president was speaking during a tour of Nairobi's downtown, where he was also met with traders from Marikiti, Muthurwa, Gikomba and Nyamakema, where he took a swing at Nairobi's Governor Johnson Sakaja, calling on him to create a conducive environment for business, while accusing him of forcefully evicting traders in fresh farm produce from Marikiti roadside to Kangundo Market.
Mimi nasikitika sana nikisikia serikali ya kaunti inanyanyasa nyinyi. Hiyo hatuwezi kubali. Mimi hapa nikazungumza nyinyi, nikamwambia mpatie gavana nafasi. Gavana wetu Sakaja tukakubaliana ya kwamba akiwa gavana wa Nairobi, Rais William Ruto akiweko, akiwa mdogo wake, wafanyabiashara wetu watapata nafasi ya kufanya kazi yao.
In a quick rejoinder, Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja has sharply criticized Gashagua's sentiments, asserting that stakeholders were well engaged, accusing the deputy of pulling the tribal card. In his statement, Sakaja says, and I quote, "A leader of your caliber should provide informed solutions and not stoke tribal disunity in our country. Nairobi is a cosmopolitan global hub that will operate in an orderly manner. I can assure you of that. I know you are dealing with other weighty impending political issues. Keep the people of Nairobi out of it." End of quote. David Kagina, K24, Nairobi.
Well, quite the sentiments there from the Deputy President. And on that note, we're taking a short break right here on, of course, Friday Live. We'll be back with more. Do stay with us.
As the sun rises, so do we, as we trust it to rise and set without any worries interrupting your day. StarTime's home solar solution with solar panels, hybrid inverter, and lithium battery, powering your prosperity and happier life, empowering you to do the things that really matter. A complete and reliable home solar solution. Call us today. StarTime Solar. Power your life.
Kurumisha ndege. Aviator instant game. Be a daring pilot and earn by how much high you can lift the plane. The higher you fly, the higher your win. The sky is the limit. Mozart Bet.
We love to